Home remedies are a way of life because it is not every ailment that requires a trip to the doctor's office. With work, business and clients always beckoning for our utmost best selves, there's simply not enough time. The quickest solution is usually a simple homemade concoction to deal with the aches and pains. Out of all the seasons in the year, winter is most notorious for these remedies. What with the pesky flus and colds bugs doing the rounds? To avoid absenteeism from work, avoiding being unproductive at work due to being groggy, people take some questionable home remedies to cure flu symptoms. Such include boiling ginger beer and other odd concoctions to feel like themselves again. No matter what the belief is with these remedies, how safe are some of them? Are they as effective as they've been popularized to be? And most importantly, what are some of the long-term effects of continued consumption? As ever, here is Dr. Kieran Bucket.
We're in the winter season and it's going to be a cold one. And of course, the industry that sells these are flourishing now because that's where they make their big buck. I think the first thing to understand, our public to understand, is that there's a difference between the common cold and flu. The common cold are the sniffles that we all get. You know, it's 1 or 2 days where you're sniffing, you have a little bit of a cough, and it goes away. And these are common colds which are caused by sisters to the coronavirus. You know, milder forms of common cold, which everybody gets because we're closing the windows, we're not getting ventilation, and they don't really require treatment. Flu, on the other hand, is the shortened version of influenza, and both BOMRA, our regulatory authority, as well as the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration in the United States, both have never approved any of the products that we see on the shelves that purport to do the things that you've talked about. I mean, there's lots of fake snake oil on the market. I mean, things that supposedly shorten the duration of flu, immune boosters, supplements, herbal remedies, homeopathic remedies that people actually reach out to in a supermarket or in a health store on the premise that they're shortening their duration or prevention of flu. There is nothing that will prevent flu except the flu vaccination. And the FDA in the United States, and we should be following suit, recommend that even children over the age of 5 should get an annual flu shot. We've seen a reduction in the winters of the last 2 years of flu, largely because we've been masking and largely because we've been taking a little bit more precaution because of COVID and the pandemic. But the same precautions should also be used when trying to prevent influenza. If you know somebody that has flu, I always advise to mask. You know, we used to giggle at when we saw Japanese who were wearing masks long before COVID. We now know that masking will prevent transmission, or not only of the COVID virus, but also influenza virus. Stay away, stay home, you know, make sure you're washing your hands. Take the flu vaccine. It's the only proven remedy to prevent flu. The things such as vitamin C, such as antioxidants, such as herbal teas and immune boosters, none is evidence-based, none has any scientific validity, but people are desperate and people will do desperate things as desperate measures.
What could be the possible side effects that result from long-term use of these remedies, medications and the likes?
Certainly some of the cough preparations contain chemicals that may, if you're an asthmatic, may cause asthma. If you're a diabetic, then many of these cough preparations contain a lot of sugar and may spike your sugar if you're a diabetic, and you may not know why your sugar is beginning to rise. Many of these immune boosters may interact with additional medication that you may be taking. You know, those that are more prone to flu are those that are already immunosuppressed, whether you're diabetic or hypertensive, taking antiretrovirals, taking cancer medicines. So be aware and be wary that tell your doctor that I'm taking this medication, or your pharmacist, before taking something that looks innocuous.
So then what is the best remedy for treating colds and flus at home?
The best remedies for your flu and cold are the same things we've talked about again and again. Remember that health and beauty come from within. So it's to pack your system with lots of antioxidants, natural antioxidants, you know, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, citrus fruits, ginger, lemon, honey, a good portion of vegetables, healthy oils, avoid the sugars. Sugars are inflammatory. We know that sugars actually increase your risk for immunosuppression and flu. So exercise, you know, taking a good sleep. These are natural things, but things that are natural often don't appeal because they're cheap and they're free.
This program was brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?